Well, hello there, you beautiful sons and daughters of the Most High God. You know what time it is? Yes, time for another Just a Thought with Al. And I'm excited to share with you today a couple of thoughts that I think will bless you. Over the years, I've had many people ask me, how do you hear from God? We've heard you speak many times, say, well, the Lord told me thus, or the Lord told me this. How do you know when it's God speaking to you? Well, there's no magic formula, but it's as we develop a closer and closer relationship with the Lord that we know His voice above every other voice. But there is a way Book of Hebrews talks about having our senses exercised to be able to discern good and evil. And there's a little thing that I've developed over the years, and I've applied this literally hundreds of times, sharing with people about this very subject, and that is helping to learn how to discern His voice. And if you're really serious about it, I'll share that with you. It's nothing complicated. It's not that hard. It's simply this. I ask you as a Christian, do you pray? And of course, a response from a Christian would be yes. And then say, well, now I'm going to ask you another question about that subject, but I don't want you to try to gauge yourself as being more or less spiritual by how much you pray. It's not a competition. Okay? What I'm looking for is just to help develop the relationship. So the second question I ask an individual at this point is, when you sit down to have a prayer time with the Lord, what is a typical amount of time that you would spend in that position with the Lord? Whether that's 4 minutes, 8, 25 minutes, there's really, again, it's not a competition trying to be more spiritual, less spiritual. It's just a reality. Let's say for this purpose, we'll say 10 minutes. Okay. A typical time of sitting down and talking to the Lord and praying to the Lord would be a 10-minute time frame. Okay. What I suggest is the next time that you have this time given over to prayer to the Lord, this 10-minute framework, go ahead and do as you normally and typically would. But then after you've done that, look at the clock and take the next 10 minutes, the same amount of time, and just sit before the Lord, or stand, whatever is more comfortable. Again, this isn't trying to be religious and more spiritual, and it's just providing an opportunity, an atmosphere of listening. Take the next 10 minutes and say out loud. I ask people to speak out loud into the air. Say, Lord, okay, I've been talking to you for the last 10 minutes. Now I'm taking the next 10 minutes and I'm making an offering of them to you. And I just offer the next 10 minutes up to you. I'm just going to be here and make myself available. I'm just going to sit here or stand here, but I'm not going to engage in any other activity. I'm just going to be available to you. Whether you want to speak to me or not, or whatever whatever is your pleasure, the next 10 minutes are completely and totally my offering to you. And then actually do that. Take that 10 minutes and just wait there. And amazingly, I've done this with literally hundreds of people. I've never had one person return and say that nothing happened. But I've had so many people come back and say, wow, he spoke to me. The point here, I believe, okay, that I'm trying to give is that we do pray and we do talk to the Lord, but we've never developed an ability to consistently listen. And it's hard for the Lord to really communicate with us if we don't listen. As funny as that seems, it's actually true. And so I just would encourage you to do that. Whether for you that would be a 4-minute, a 7-minute time frame, an hour, whatever, the time you would typically take and speak to the Lord. Give him, I call it equal opportunity. Okay? He gives us this opportunity to come before his presence and to present our needs, our requests, our desires before him freely. Now let's just take and let it be an equal opportunity situation. Now take the same amount of time and allow him that time without any hindrances, without any other activities taking place, just waiting upon him to speak to us. And I believe that you'll be very happy with the outcome. So that's if it's a secret to hearing from God, it's developing a hearing ear. It's developing that relationship with the Lord. So that's our little thought for today. Just the thought with Al. And until next time, wishing you well, praying God's blessing upon you, and that you will hear his voice. As you do, love if you would share with me, Tina and I, what the Lord does say and speak to you, and share your testimony with us, if you would, of how that worked in your life as you applied this methodology, if you would. So we're at this moment, Dallas, Texas, and who knows, maybe we'll be seeing you face to face soon. Until then, thank you for your love and support along the way, and we do appreciate your prayers and your fellowship in the gospel. Amen. So God bless you, and until the next thought from Al. Bye-bye.